The city of Chicago is well known for its strong work ethic, access to education, and well-established family neighborhoods. Diversity of culture and equal opportunity are what make Chicago a great place to study, work, and live. Located in the heart of Chicago is the internationally acclaimed Illinois Institute of Technology known as IIT. Students at IIT experience one of the greatest cultural cities in the world and establish connections to the city's numerous multinational businesses and organizations. As early as 1926, undergraduate degrees in psychology were awarded at IIT, and in 1946, master's and doctoral programs in psychology were initiated that grew in national esteem. Established as its own institute in the spring of 1995 and supported by an exceptional faculty, alumni base, volunteers, and board of overseers, the Institute of Psychology continues to be a national leader. The Institute's dynamic graduate programs as well as its scientifically based undergraduate programs share a primary focus on improving quality of life and functioning, be it in the work setting or at home, in which optimizing human potential is a shared goal. The Institute of Psychology comprises 3 graduate program areas: rehabilitation counseling, industrial organizational known as IO, and clinical psychology, as well as an undergraduate program and a consulting office known as the Center for Research and Service. The industrial organizational program is nationally ranked and has a long and well-respected history. By 1989, the industrial psychologist ranked IIT's IO program among the top 10 programs for its support of student research. The Gorman Report of Princeton Review also ranked this program 13th in the country.
In the city of Chicago, there are only two programs, IO programs, that offer PhD degrees. The graduates of our program, they have gone on and been very successful in various organizational settings, whether it's in corporate America, whether it's in government settings, private and public sector, and even internationally. We have a wonderful group of people who are our alumni, both in the way they serve society, in bringing a healthy workplace into being, as well as their wonderful support for the program.
There are a lot of things that are unique about the IO program at IIT. One of which is the fact that it is in a big city like Chicago. For an IO psychologist, this is an ideal kind of a place to get education and at the same time have an opportunity to try out what you learn in the classroom in the real world.
The backbone of the IO program is the leadership of a great teacher and a great man. Dr. Raju joined IIT in 1978 following a 17-year career at IBM specializing in test development and validation. Dr. Nambury Raju is widely respected and loved by many of his colleagues and students.
One way to get around that problem is to, rather than...
How does one begin to describe the complex work of a distinguished professor? Coefficient alpha, selection, validity generalization, test bias, differential item functioning, item response theory.
Begin by imagining a world where corporations and colleges are truly inclusive and really do provide equal opportunity regardless of race, gender, or ethnicity. Envision a world where charges of discrimination and selection practices really no longer exist. And these impacts are felt globally, across corporations, educational institutions, governments, and healthcare systems. This is the work of Dr. Nambury Raju.
In the classroom, I can definitely say he's one of the best instructors I've ever had. He's one of the few people I know who can take complex material and make it understandable. And you can be totally lost. You put the equations all up on the board, and then he just constantly asks you these questions, and you might not really know where he's going with them, but then all he does is just put in a little term in the equation and then ask you again, and it's like, wow, epiphany, and all of a sudden you understand something you never thought you could.
Nam is one of the very best quantitative IO psychologists. It's a small group, and he's right at the very top. Probably his most important contribution to date that's widely acknowledged is his work on test bias.
Nambury Raju has been in this game for a long time. He's 66 years old now. He's still as productive as more productive than most people are in their 30s and 40s. So I think that's amazing.
He is recognized worldwide as being one of the true leaders in the field.
Nambury Raju is internationally recognized for his work in test development and psychometric theory. He is known for his excellence in teaching as well as research. Dr. Raju closely mentors his students who then go on to become highly successful professionals.
Nam has had a tremendous impact. He's always taught his students to strive to be the best they can and to seek and question information.
He came into academia with a very healthy respect for what it takes to get things done.
Nam is probably the first and only teacher I've ever had who actually made you think, oh, so this is how this is applied to the real world. Nam had the practical sense of, as Steve's saying, taking theory and applying it to the real world, and it made you actually interested in what you were studying. The success that I do have right now, I would say, is based entirely upon what he provided me during those years at IIT.
Anyone who knows Dr. Raju will tell you not only is he a distinguished scholar and teacher, he is also a wonderful human being.
Here's a guy who has published more than most in the field. He's recognized as a great contributor, completely humble, the nicest person you ever want to meet, take you over to his house and feed you and share some stories with you, and just a real person.
He is a tremendous person, mentor, and teacher. Always kind, always encouraging.
Besides a fine scholar, he's a wonderful human being.
Outside of the classroom, I've got to say, anybody who could be as successful as Nam is, and as well known and as published as he is, yet still maintain the amount of humility that he does, is really refreshing.
Some of the best ideas that I got were when I was mowing my lawn. I tell my students, make it a point to tell them. And I say, hey, the ideas can come at any time. As long as you keep your mind focused on what it is that you are pursuing. My family is wonderful. They're very supportive of me.
The program is developing leaders for today and leaders for tomorrow.
Now is a critical juncture for the Institute of Psychology. Established as a valuable and internationally recognized research and training facility, we have launched an endeavor in honor of our distinguished scholar and beloved friend to ensure continuation of work to support a world where tests truly assess potential and predict success. Join us as we work to build a legacy at the Institute of Psychology.